Morning students, we are going to continue with the novel The Vendor of Sweets by R.K. Narayan. Jagan reached home at that unusual hour. He was in a dilemma. Then he recollected the bearded man's advice. At first, don't hurry, but when you decide, be swift and positive. The same was done by a volunteer many years ago. He knocked at Mali's apartment. Grace was surprised to find him there at the unusual hour. She looked like a Japanese in her yellow kimono. Jagan asked her why she was not seen in the house for a few days. Then he asked her whether she wished to go back to America. She did not answer any of Jagan's questions. At 4, Jagan wanted to return to his shop. Grace walked to the door with him and then said that Mo, that is Mali, wanted her to go back. She further told him that Mali had spent her $2,000 and now he had no more use for her. Grace added that the only good part of it was there was no child. Jagan pointed out that the wife's place was beside her husband, whatever might happen. So students, in this way we see the conversation between Jagan and Grace, and we can clearly see the difference of thought between the two persons. And Jagan feels that the place of a wife is beside her husband no matter what. There is the thinking of Mali, and Grace is quite different. Then Grace said, "But we are not married. He promised he'd marry me in the Indian way because I liked it and brought me here." To Jagan, she looked good and virtuous, but she was living in sin and talking about it in a casual manner. So this fact comes as a bit of a surprise to Jagan that his son Mali has not married Grace and they are living without getting married. He felt that they had tainted their old home. Then Jagan went back to the shop. Jagan shared his secret with the cousin. He felt that his house was solid. However, the cousin explained that it was a generation gap. Our young men live in a different world from ours, and we must not let ourselves be upset too much by certain things they do. Jagan did not want to live in the same house with them. He said, "Mali is my son, Grace is not my daughter-in-law." The cousin advised him to use the backdoor entrance and need not go to their portion. The cousin advised Jagan to get through their marriage quickly in the hill temple, and it could be arranged within a few hours. So students, now Jagan has come to know that his son Mali has actually not married Grace, and this is a very, very painful fact for him, and he does not want to live in the same house where Mali and Grace are living as husband and wife without getting married. So he says that he wants to get away from this home, but the cousin, he says that times have changed and it is the ways of these are the ways of the world, and the young people, they think differently from the old. And then he says that Mali and Grace can get married even now. So there is no problem, and they can get married at a temple, and he says that he will arrange that marriage. So Jagan does not need to get worried. So these are the developments in the story, and how the story unfolds we'll study in our next class. That is all for today. Thanks.